All right, deep divers, ready to dig into something kind of mind-blowing. We're cracking open Done D2 PDF today. And let me tell you, this one's less about like investment strategies and more about, Zen philosophy. Host speaker. Yeah, you heard that right, Zen. But hold on, before you click away thinking we've gone all new agey on you, this book dives into something truly fascinating, the connection between Zen principles and achieving, get this, financial well-being. Host speaker. And no, it's not about like meditating your way to $1 million or anything. This source digs into something much deeper, the power of mindset. Host speaker. See, it's not about out hustling everyone else. It's about shifting your perspectives, approaching your work, your goals with a completely different energy, host speaker. And the source kicks things off with this really simple but powerful story. Picture 3 bricklayers, all working on the same wall, right? Each one carefully placing brick upon brick. Host speaker. Now, someone comes along and asks the first bricklayer, "What are you doing?" And he, obviously not thrilled about his workday, just grumbles, "Laying bricks. What else?"
Totally checked out. Just sees the monotony of it all. Host speaker. The second bricklayer, though, he's got a bit more pep in his step. When asked the same question, he says, "Building a house." At least he sees the bigger picture, right? Creating something beyond just a pile of bricks. Host speaker. But it's the third bricklayer who gets it. This guy, he's got this spark in his eye when he answers. He says, "I'm building a cathedral." Host speaker. And you can just tell, this isn't just any building to him. He goes on, "This will be the heart of the village, a place where people come together, find solace. That's why," he says, "I'm carefully and diligently completing every brick." Expert speaker. See, that story, as simple as it seems, it gets right to the core of what this whole source is about. Expert speaker. It's about understanding that your perception, your mindset, it shapes your reality. And that's true whether you're talking about building a cathedral, building a business, or building, wealth. Those 3 bricklayers, they show us that even when we're doing the exact same thing, mindset can lead to wildly different outcomes. Host speaker.
So, like our attitude, our beliefs, those inner things we carry around, they directly impact our external results. Host speaker. It's like the source suggests money is a form of energy flowing towards intention and purpose. Expert speaker. Exactly. It's about aligning those inner and outer worlds, getting them to vibe on the same frequency. This isn't some mystical mumbo jumbo, but about recognizing the energy we bring to our efforts. Host speaker. It's like when you're totally absorbed in a project you're passionate about, right? Time just flies by, doesn't even feel like work, and more often than not, those are the projects that really take off. Ever notice that in your own life? How your enthusiasm or lack of it can kind of make or break the outcome?
And to really drive this point home, the source tells this story, this really interesting story about this young man, right? He's super eager, super driven, wants to unlock the secrets to wealth, so he goes straight to the source. A Zen master.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this one. This is the one where the guy's so focused on getting rich quick that he totally misses the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. So this young guy, he goes to the Zen master expecting, like a magic formula, some kind of secret recipe for wealth. But instead of giving him that, the Zen master tells him, "Go build a boat."
Build a boat?
Yeah, build a boat. But not just any boat. The Zen master's like, "I need you to build a strong boat. A boat meant for the open sea. A boat that can weather any storm."
I see where this is going. It's like that whole, the journey is just as important as the destination kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly. But this young guy, he's so blinded by his desire for wealth, he just rushes the whole thing. Like, he's so fixated on the end goal, the riches he thinks this boat will bring, that he just totally neglects the craftsmanship, the dedication, the heart even that goes into each step.
So he's basically building like a flimsy raft of shortcuts instead of, like you said, a strong, sturdy ship of real focused effort.
Now you're getting it. And so, of course, when he finally presents this pretty pathetic vessel to the Zen master, it's glaringly obvious that his heart wasn't in it, right? The boat, it's basically a reflection of his scattered energy, his impatience, and the Zen master's like, "Yeah, no, this isn't it."
Ouch. So what happens then?
Well, that's when the Zen master lays down some serious wisdom, and he connects it back to this whole idea of pursuing wealth. He tells the young man, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it's something like, "Wealth is the same. If you chase after it with anxiety and desire, it'll always elude you."
Oh yeah, that line really stuck with me too. It's about like shifting your internal state, right? Going from that place of lack, that desperation, to a place of, like a focused intention, purposeful action.
You nailed it. That's Zen in a nutshell. The master is basically saying that true wealth, just like a sturdy boat, it's built step by step, brick by brick, with focus and dedication. It's about finding that fulfillment in the actual process, in mastering the craft, not obsessing over the finish line. This whole concept of, what's that word? Non-attachment. That's huge in Zen philosophy.
So it's not about pretending we don't want financial success, but approaching it with like a sense of detachment from the outcome. Like saying, okay, I'm focusing on building something valuable, something meaningful, and I trust that the results, they'll follow naturally.
Now you're speaking my language. The source really hammers home this idea that this kind of mindful approach, it allows you to tap into a different kind of energy. It's about aligning your actions with your aspirations, not with anxiety or this like desperate need for instant gratification.
It's kind of like, how's that saying go? Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. But in this case, it's like the journey itself, when you approach it with that Zen mindset, it actually paves the way to the destination.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And that brings us to another really powerful idea from this source. It's about seeing your work, whatever it is you do, as a masterpiece, but not like a finished product, more like a work in progress. Imagine that third bricklayer, right? Approaching each brick with the same care and attention as like Michelangelo sculpting David. That's the kind of energy that draws abundance, that makes things happen.
Right. But it's not about like forcing ourselves to see every single task as this glamorous, exciting thing, right? It's more about like finding the why, the deeper meaning behind the work.
Exactly. Remember the first two bricklayers, stuck in their own little worlds. They couldn't see the bigger picture, the cathedral they were helping to create. Their focus on just getting through it, on the monotony of it all, it blinded them to the potential for something truly like awe-inspiring.
And that's the game changer, isn't it? Choosing to see yourself not as someone just going through the motions, but as a creator, someone who's actively building their own success, brick by brick.
Nailed it. This source, it really wants us to ask ourselves, what cathedral are we building with our lives? Are we going after our goals with that same, like, frantic energy of someone who's just trying to survive? Or are we showing up with intention, with focus, with the artistry of someone crafting a masterpiece?
This whole deep dive, it's really gone beyond just, typical financial advice, hasn't it? It's about tapping into that connection, that powerful link between what's going on in our heads and what's happening in our lives. It's about realizing that aligning our mindset, our outlook with our deepest desires, it can lead to a more fulfilling, richer life overall.
And not just richer financially, but richer in every sense of the word. It's about cultivating this mindset of abundance, finding meaning in what we do, and approaching each day with like a renewed sense of purpose, of possibility.
So as you go about building your own cathedral, whatever that looks like for you, remember those bricklayers. Choose to be like that third one, the one who looked beyond the ordinary and tapped into the real power of perspective.
Because at the end of the day, it's the energy we bring to everything we do, the energy we pour into our life's work, that shapes the strength, the beauty, the very essence of the cathedral we create.
Deep divers, this deep dive has given us a lot to chew on. Until next time, keep building with intention, keep building with purpose.